Hi guys, my name is Keith Noratis, known as the leader and superior of Club LASM, aka lover of animated shows and movies, and I'm here with Gilbert.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
Jason.
None of it matters?
It don't.
I'm your best friend. Don't I matter?
Oh my god, Ultra Flame.
Hi, it's me, Ultra. I'm the one who made that one Owl House thumbnail. It's my first time on this podcast.
And Alex.
Gosh, I ain't got nothing to start with.
So first things first, how are we doing in this lovely Saturday afternoon?
Doing quite good.
Good. Yeah, good.
Well, I'm pretty sure by the time of this recording, we've all heard of the latest news about Netflix animation, and we still continue to strive and advocate for a new deal for animation, and we all support all the people who work so hard to make shows only for it to be scrapped by really dumb, incompetent executive decisions. Well, all this has been very riveting, very informative of what the situation with some cartoons. Maybe it would have been best if we had this discussion on another day, another episode. That would have been better. But today's topic at hand is the latest episode of the Owl House as of this recording, Edge of the World.
Yeah.
King's quest to uncover his past leads to shocking revelations and horrifying truth. Emphasis on horrifying.
Oh, this is so much bigger than I imagined, Lily. I thought Luce was just some lost kid, but because of me, she's wrapped up in this thing with Belos, and it's just not fair. She and King are children. They shouldn't have to deal with this.
We have a whole week until the Day of Unity. We'll figure out how to keep them safe.
In the episode, King was still depressed that he has no idea who his family is. And that's when Lilith came over and informed them that the Emperor is on his way. And not since he knows that Luz has been inside his mind. So of course he's going to have all the guards go after him. So King and Luz need to hide. And that's when Hootie, very sad about what was happening with Lilith, like very happy to see her, he puked up all the junk, including King's a letter to King, from the guy who looks like King. Letter that informed King that they need to go to this certain place, and that's where King believes that's where his family is. And according to Lilith, it's the perfect hiding spot. So King and Luz goes there with Hootie. It turns out it was a portal to another dimension, right where they meet the Titan Trappers, and everybody looks almost like King. Skull mask and all. One of them, the guy who was Cinderella in the first place, told King, looks like your dad passed on the skull to you. Which, the revelation is just disturbing. Luz was hoping to use these Titan Trappers, warriors, to ally themselves together, help to fight Belos. What Luz realizes is that they are not King's family, or not even the same species. Rather, those skulls they were trophies from the hunting Titan, hunting those monsters.
Wow.
Which King was.
And before you continue, Dana just tweeted an hour ago that one of the fake Titans, who's named Bill, Dana revealed that Bill was voiced by the showrunner of Big City Greens.
Big City Greens, Chris Hilton. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, Chris Houghton or Houghton, but yeah.
Yes, Chris, you could say the cricket is Bill. Bill is Cricket.
I didn't know the showrunner voiced Cricket. Oh, wow. Nowadays, so many showrunners like Alex Hirsch voices their own character. Thorpe Van Orman voiced their own characters. Even Dana voiced her own character. Like, wow.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I have expected Bill Cipher. I'm not kidding. Like, when you hear Bill in the show by Gravity Falls showrunner, I honest to God thought it was going to be someone similar to Bill. As soon as Luz realizes that they are Titan hunters, killers, Luz trying to get King out of there, and they managed to break off the gateway between the two realms. As it turns out, the Titan trappers also worship the Collector, their god, or supposed god. As Luz and King were returning home, the Emperor's guards surrounded the Owl House, waiting to arrest anybody inside.
Crushed by Kikimora, which I'm surprised Kikimora was the one that sent those scouts, or maybe... Oh wait, you said earlier it was Bellows. At first I was scared to death that they were getting swallowed. I was literally scared to death because Ida and Lilith, I thought Ida and Lilith was still there, but rewatching it, now you're mentioning that Ida already knew that they were coming beforehand. Something tells me that they might have already escaped.
I'm sure she's got a trick up her sleeves. I mean, hell, she allegedly dated Stan.
Okay, so hopefully by next week, Ida and Lilith will be safe. Like, by the time the scouts will be in, hopefully the house will be empty. Like,
or better yet, a couple of dummies that looks like Ida and Lilith.
Oh yeah, just like placing a couple of dummies that look like them. Or perhaps you can just call them illusionists. Yeah.
Now, do you have any thoughts on this recent episode?
I thought this episode was like very shocking. Like the way it ended, like I don't know. It was
The cliffhanger really had me shook.
Like, yeah, you could say that, yes.
Like I nearly had a sleepless night. But rewatching it, hopefully Ida and Lilith would like escape, because Ida did know beforehand that they would be in the situation, so
yeah. That's something that's also pretty well, not shocking is not the right word, but it's like Ida, like she genuinely cares about King and Luz, like they're her own kids, and she even said like they're just kids. They shouldn't be doing stuff like this. This shouldn't be their problem.
Not to mention, the Owl House literally got the Boiling Owls version of swatted.
Yeah, like I'm so far proud of Ida's like growth for this episode.
Swatting causes more problems than you think.
Yeah.
But I digress. It's like it ended on a cliffhanger, but we also get more revelation of who these people are, and it kind of gives us an idea of what happened to King's dad. Or his family. Like, if you look back at the point where King looked like he returned to his home, and you see it's just all deserted, yeah, I think we can pretty much confirm what exactly happened to King's family.
It was the Titan hunters that killed them.
It's like the King is descended from the Titan that they're living on now. The body of the Titan could be King's granddaddy.
Yeah, they're living it. It was literally right under his nose this whole time, which obviously makes King confirmed a Titan. The last Titan. He has to be the last Titan. There's no way that King would not be the last Titan.
It's also very disturbing. You look at those trappers. And Tarek said, I see your dad passed down the skull to you. That's pretty disturbing. When you think about it, like it's just they're all wearing skulls of a Titan, and
wow, they really thought the King was like a fake Titan, but realized that he's like actually a real deal. That's where things get into like a sudden like traumatizing territory for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of traumatizing, I forgot to mention that at the beginning, Dana just went complete psych mode. I was like, oh wait, what? I really just easily forget what just happened, but then all of a sudden, psych, here's your trauma. Luz is completely speechless. Luz is like completely in a guilt and full of guilt. Like, I'm really sad for Luz.
I'm worried that the end of the show is going to be similar to what Steven Universe Future was. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember Steven Universe Future. I remember that show.
Remember how Steven was all throughout that? That's what I feel like Luz is going to be.
All traumatizes, but except this time, Luz is not going to turn to a monster, will she?
No.
Wait. Don't give Dana ideas.
What do you mean, give her ideas? She practically drew it for us.
She already got the idea
yeah,
because
right.
she drew it before the season even started.
Oh, this is just maddening here. I mentioned how it's like traumatizing. Well, not traumatizing. It's more scary, disturbing. You're basically the king was basically talking to his family's murderers. If you think about it,
that's really insane.
That's like going to someone's house and someone's wearing the skin of your dead parents. That's disturbing.
That is, yeah. I didn't want to think about that, but you know what? Fine.
Gave you that awful thought, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
the fact that you literally
I
brought
guess I
it
know
up.
that I'm not gonna get sleep tonight.
The fact that you literally brought it up, I probably might have another sleepless night thinking about the episode. And guess what? I have to wait till next week, or maybe within 2 weeks, because Labyrinth Runners will be a Gus focus episode, which means Old Titan War Out the week after has to be bringing us back where we left off.
As for well, we don't know what's gonna. I'll look at the plot later. In the end, but you know, some of my what's also pretty sad is that King obviously didn't have a dad, didn't have anyone to play with, and when he asked Tarek to play catch with him, that's heartbreaking.
That took me to my core. Like, come on, I would play catch with King, 24/7.
And what's also funny is that these cultists, those trapper cultists, now they're just like, hey, wait a minute, that's not what you said, talking about the collector, their god. Now they're kind of confused at what their cult's actually about. I'm a bit confused myself.
I'm not sure if you have any favorite moments or not, because, like, is there any possible favorite moments that actually came from this episode?
Well, I can think of a couple of moments.
Okay.
First, as you know, I always have a couple of favorites, maybe 3, 4 favorites. First off, I like the beginning, where we get to see King dreamed up of his family coming over for dinner, and they look just like him, like the same size, and the kids, like his supposed brother and sister, voiced by Matt Chapman, who also voices Strong Bad. That's funny.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you always hear this kind of voice with Strong Bad, and you just hear her King's dream siblings. Speaking of which, another favorite part where he considers Luz his friend / sister.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
It's now confirmed that he sees Luz as a big sister.
That's what I love about this episode so far. I just love it.
Luz Clawthorn Nosida.
Noseda, that's how you pronounce it.
The characters being all fanboy to Bill. Like I'm his best friend. It's no big deal. Tell him I said hi.
I guess my favorite moments were legit the character developments. Every single character development has been exposed throughout this entire show. We see King's development. We've seen Luz's development. Like, I am scared about Luz's development so far. About this happy-go-lucky, quirky teenager to into teen angst.
I know that that Luz blames herself for teaching Bellows a new spell, but what exactly does that do exactly? Like, you teach one spell to this one guy who's been learning spells since the time he's been down there. So, in my opinion, I don't think Luz was the sole cause of, Bellows becoming, well, what he is,
Yeah,
And I hate the fact that
came to
Bellows
be. Like,
painted
he
it
was
as
always
like that. That's why
I
I
do.
hated Bellows even
he
more.
was always such an a-hole. So no, I think no matter what Luz did or did not do, he would have turned the same.
Yeah, I feel like Luz feels. I've been scared for what Luz has been doing and what's been going on with her ever since what was the last episode of season 2A? It
Yesterday's
was the one
Lie?
with what?
Yesterday's Lie?
Yeah, that one, the one that had V in it, as Yesterday's Lie. Ever since I feel like she wants to make it up with her mom because her mom feels like she's been doing a lot of things wrong. And of course, Luz also has to deal with, having her father being dead and everything. And
It's also pretty important to remember is that Luz remembers got her memory all wrong when it comes to her mom saying, "Promise me you'll never ever go back to that awful place," which is not what she said. She just asked us to come back to her. That's all she wanted.
yeah,
We also need to remember that Luz, we are impressed of all the brave stuff she did, but we tend to forget that she is a child.
right.
And sometimes children don't make the best decisions, and sometimes they think irrationally. They think, sometimes they don't think at all.
Yeah, what makes me even more scared for
I'm
how the
going to be
show's
scared
gonna.
for how the next Final Four is about to come for Luz. Like, come on.
I guess you could say that I'm scared. I'm scared that. I guess you could say I'm scared that Luz is going to lose it.
Ooh, you.
How could you?
Uh-huh. Okay, well, next episode. But how would you rate this episode?
I give it a 5 out of 5.
Well, we're doing tens though. Well, I'll let you do the 5 part. Well,
Al can do what he wants of how he rates it. I say 9 out of 10.
Okay. I tweeted out about the episode. Oh, there we go. I rated it a 9.8 out of 10. And I was able to find another message, the decoded message, which was spotted to the skull thingy. We found another AS, decoded message word as AS. We spotted it before, and now we spotted it again with as. Combine that, we get seething seas and puppet strings. He no longer dreams of kings. As above us darkened skies, as
According to someone who is working on the show, damn, I forgot her name. If anyone knows this person's name, please give a shout out or write in the comments. I think she said that wanted to write the message inside the bones of the Titan, but that would have been too much work. Next week's episode, Labyrinth Runners.
yeah,
When the
Labyrinth.
Emperor's Coven comes to Hexside, Gus teams up with an unlikely ally.
And I think I told you last week before, the unlikely ally has to be Hunter. At first, it'll
Either
be
that or Bartholomew.
I mean, Bartholomew is most likely becoming a somewhat friends with Gus after Through the Looking Glass ruins. So my best guess that the unlikely ally has to be Hunter.
I guess we'll see which one of us is right. Although you might be.
It has to be Hunter. But since it's a Gus episode, how am I supposed to try to process watching that, knowing that the Owl House got swatted, and I have to wait for 2 weeks, 2 more weeks to figure out what happens next?
Tiny Wolfie, you like to have one more thing to say before I head out?
I have a feeling that the Emperor's Coven is going to Hexside so that they can put the sigils on the students.
Oh god. And we saw what happened to the. And we saw what happened to the sigils in Hollow Mine. It nearly killed them.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
So
and
Emperor.
Set them all to die.
Yeah, something tells me that Bellos is so pissed that he even wanted to kill even younger students. Like, he's basically a murderer at this point.
He is
I mean, he's a witch hunter.
Witch hunter, like the most hated. To me, like, come on. There's so much.
Well, this has been one disturbing episode, and I'm not sure if Labyrinth Runner will be any more. It's gonna get worse or saved, or I don't know.
I mean, it'll be a Gus episode, so hopefully Gus and Hunter episode. But what?
Allegedly, Hunter.
I mean, it has to be Hunter because Gus will eventually find him.
I don't know what the rebellion is gonna come to Hexside. Maybe.
We'll see. Oh, it looks like it's time for signing out, or at least time for me to sign out.
Well, I guess with that said,
do a little outro.
Oh, okay. With that said, thank you all for being in another LASM podcast meeting. Don't leave yet. Well, don't leave yet. Besides Gilbert, because I know he has work to do, as we have an amphibia episode that we need to talk about, which is the 3 armies and the beginning of the end. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that way you can stay updated for more of our animation content. And with that said, I bid you peace. Bye! Say bye, everyone.
Bye.
Who did this to my freaking car?
Wait, what? Oh my god.